Alright guys, what's happening? We're looking at Overload here, version 0.3. This just came out a couple of days ago. I'm going to be looking at some of the challenge mode changes that have come out with this most recent drop, and I'm also going to be doing first playthrough of Pipeline on both Hotshot and Ace, and probably failing miserably. So looking at the upgrades first, I just want to make a couple of mentions here. The first one goes to, I think it's this one, this little timer thing. That increases the length of invulnerability and overdrive by 50%. I think that's a pretty interesting change because 50% is a long-ass time, I found out. Invulnerability and overdrive really did not last very long in prior versions, and with this upgrade, I don't want to say it takes forever, but you can really get a lot of kills off and, you know, survive for a lot longer. You're not, you know, desperately trying to rip shields out of guys. But anyway, there's that one. I don't really know what implications it has for whatever meta I pretend that exists in this game right now. But I think it's a pretty crucial upgrade to have if you're pushing leaderboards. And then this next one here, I think maybe it's the 2. I think it might just be the +1, just based on how you know, the mechanic is that I'm looking at, is the force the triple primary spawn. Personally, I'm not a fan of this. I can see people liking it. But I think it really upsets the strategy of challenge mode. Towards the end of build 18, I was really starting to develop a strategy where I wouldn't grab certain weapons, or really any weapons, if I started with ones that I liked, just because I wanted to really structure my upgrade chain, especially early game. You know, at 25 kills you get your first secondary, and then 50 kills you get your first primary. You know, that's a 1 in 4 chance to get a particular upgrade that you're looking for. You know, 2 or 3 in 4 if you're looking at multiple upgrades. But if you throw a third primary in the mix, you know, say you're taking out Impulse and Crusher, and then suddenly you're spawning with an extra Thunderbolt or a Cyclone. That's another 2 upgrades that you have to contend with by 50 kills in, whereas before you could just avoided picking those weapons up. I personally would like to not use this. Like, if you could turn upgrades off, that'd be pretty sweet. But I mean, it's sort of whatever. Generally, I think this is significantly harder than build 18, but not as hard as build 22. Something was really messed up with build 22, and it was just insanely hard. I was doing a quarter as well on Ace as I normally did, and I've been having some rough days in terms of my playing skill. It's just gone down the tubes this past week. But I was touching 50 on Ace Syrinx when, you know, my record here is 213. Which just was not good. Here, I haven't tested Ace. I have tested Hotshot, and my first round, I got 286, and then just made a bad decision because I was, you know, I had other shit to do and was pressed for time. But I probably could have touched the record. And then in every subsequent one, I've really struggled a lot. I don't know what it is. I've done a fresh reinstall, did a round after that. Things turned out okay. Everything is just way more chaotic. There's a lot more physical feedback from damage. I don't know if that was changed or not, but it's definitely more noticeable, especially with physical weaponry. Rockets, the new Gorgon robot, you know, shit like that. You know, if one of those touches you, if you're catching a volley of like 5 or 6 driller shots from a Guardian or Super Harpy, you're just completely wrecked. Like, your aim is off, you're not hitting shit, you're getting thrown into walls. Your screen is going like bright yellow, which is really, like, I'm all for throwing the player when they're taking damage because it's like how games work. But not to say it's egregious in this one, but it's definitely toned up. I think it was pretty good where it was. I mean, if you were eating a lot of missiles, then you'd get thrown, but if you were eating 1 or 2, I mean, you'd be thrown off a little bit, but you could course correct by the next one, or, you know, kill things. So there's that. I'm trying to think of what else in my very limited anecdotal experience so far. Oh yeah, event spawns were said to be made more consistent, but they're more consistently arriving on my screen faster. It's just, I don't want to say it's complete nonsense because I've looked at the footage and I'm like, oh yeah, I should be able to handle that. But they feel more often. Maybe I just have to get used to how often they were to begin with. Because, you know, I was starting to keep track of super spawns at least. And now it's like, you know, you can't get the same spawn twice in a row. So I've had this feeling where it's like it'll throw you an ambush and then like quarter second later it'll throw you a super just because it wanted to spawn a super. Or triple spawns, those, I don't know if those were slated to be quote-unquote fixed, because I don't know what defines a fix. I'm just, you know, a fanboy trying to provide feedback that's probably incorrect. But triples, I'm getting a lot of triples on Cyranks. I don't know what the threshold was. I thought I heard it was like 100 robots or something. I'm still getting these, you know, once every other minute, once every minute. Every other minute's doable, but like every minute's like, okay, let's chill out, because you're still getting the other spawns as well. So I think the event spawning still needs some work or a hot fix, both maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to be looking at pipeline. We're going to see how well I do on hotshot and then ace. I saw Raptor was putting up a 200 on ace, which is just completely nuts. We'll see if I can pull that off. Anyway, so let me go back here. So challenge mode, I got straight zeros across the board. Leaderboards here, I'm not anywhere on them, so it's just throwing me the default 1 to 25 here. Holy shit, 400? Who are these people? Let's see, do I still have my record on Cyranks? Third, right? Yeah, it's not a record. All right, 310. I could probably push 350 on build 18. I don't know about this though. It might have been doable that first time I played, but maybe not. Okay, so let's do it. Hot shot. Ooh, ice level. 4 moderately suited. Parallel to each other with multiple connections between them and some small alternate routes. This sounds like the one that I wanted, which is the secret level in Descent 3, where it like shoots you down the crazy rockety hallways. I don't like these weapons. I'm a fish a bit, trying to get some good ones. Crusher Flak. No, Flak is still useless in my limited experience with it. I tried it briefly and I'm like, oh great, it goes another 2 inches. I just don't like how it works. I think if it was replaced with like a napalm and just like lit shit on fire, that'd be a much better use of ammo. All right, yeah, I like these. Performance updates are good. Wow, this is really nice. I like this. Let's see here. Wow, it's so open. Oh man, this is great. This is great, said the guy who uses nothing but pressure. All right, there we go. Let's see here. I'm probably gonna start shutting up as it like starts locking in. I forget what I was talking about earlier already. I'm like, can I shoot it? Okay, so Super Harpies and Guardians are just gonna be run enders in this. I can already tell. What else? Oh, Jesus! Fuck, I hate those. Is that? Oh, nice. Wow, this is really cool. It's all big and open and shit. Do I have a... alright. The music in the background is not part of the game. Regular viewers will notice I've used this a lot. This is customized from F-Zero GX. It's like... it's so good. It fits Descent really well, and it's just a chill tune to have on in the background while you're pushing those high scores! And shit. Fuck. Here we go. 13. I'm on the way. I'm gonna do it. Okay, so there's a lot more room to maneuver, which is nice. Let's see. Yeah, I've noticed robots aren't kiteable as much, which is both a good and a bad thing. It's just generally more chaotic, which on the one hand, okay, but on the other hand, it ruins my strategy a bit that they don't follow you, especially because they still prefire a lot. Prefiring is when they sort of like dodge around corners and are already getting shots off on you when you couldn't have known they were there. With Titans especially, it's a run ender. The new Omega bots, as they were known in Descent 2, those are really sweet. Those are awesome. Mechanically, they're good. They make a nice noise. Yeah, it's great. Fuck. Yeah, the Super Gorgons are just a fucking joke, which is awesome. This it's nice when it's like super robot, and then it's just like piece of shit. So more piece of shit super robots, please, just because I hate playing against them. What I think is really going to rule this is Driller DX and Driller M's. Just because those are the ranged ones, and if we ever get a mass driver. Falcon MXs, anything that can traverse a lot of distance and deliver a lot of damage quickly is just gonna fucking own this map. Especially if you can flip to your close range backups fast enough. You can do a lot of short range damage to fend things off, and then during breaks you can just take pot shots from like a million years away. Fuck! Ah, Jesus. One thing I would like to see is armor just sort of stick around in perpetuity, or at least just stay around longer, because like I'm gonna be using it. Stop taking it away. Let's see, Flak. Yeah, the Flak is just like it's gotta have something else. Like it feels nice and it looks okay, and I get that it does a lot of damage. You know, over the holy shit, that's hard. Yeah, a lot of damage over the time you're pulling the trigger, and like at close range and shit. But it's not. You can only hit one target at once. Oh, Crusher DX, yeah. Crusher DX is still like top tier. There's literally no way that this is any worse than number one. Like. Look at that. You can one-shot pretty much everything. It's hysterical. I'd like to see, while I'm thinking about it, I guess just more, like a bigger difference between Driller and Cyclone, just in the model, or at least how they look from afar. Because every time I'm like, oh, it's a yellow gun, I should pick it up. It's one or the other. So I think tweaking one of those could be like an orange, maybe, or subtle off red. I don't know, something like that. Maybe like a white, because the original Gauss gun was that gray, you know? Wink, wink. I don't know. So if you're getting a Shredder Scorpion Gorgon roll on this, you're basically going to dominate, because you can just like hit him from far away. Yeah, there we go. See that? That was just way too fast for me. Alright, what I just did there, outrunning a missile, you could do that in trainee, I think, or something, maybe. I'm not 100% on that, but I was doing it. Holy shit! When I was doing trainee runs for 1,000, and it was great. Like. Outrunning shit with your burners on is just the coolest feeling. So I don't know, like, if there's a way to slow down missiles when the game knows that the afterburners are on, but if that could happen, I would really love to see, because that's just a fun gameplay experience. Also, double super titan kill. It's pretty sweet. Oh shit, is there shit down here? Oh fuck. Oh, I already knew that. Yeah, okay. Ah, fuck. I could get a driller drop at some point. Fuck, another 3 already. I just did this. Fuck, fuck. Novas don't tank your performance, and neither do Devastators anymore, I've noticed, which is pretty great. If you toss out like 2 Novas, you're kind of fucked up. But, I mean, when are you going to be doing that, except in like full-blown panic, which is always. So, yeah, not a huge deal. Definitely something that I think is being looked at, or will be looked at. Oh yeah, the new driller sound is fucking sweet. You can kind of hear it on like Guardian there. It's awesome. It It really has a much, I don't want to say throatier sound because that just sounds weird, but it's a much more mechanical sound, which is awesome. Okay, so missile pods are going to completely annihilate those long hallways, mostly because they're going to reselect targets once things are destroyed. So if you get like a long enough line coming out of you, you'll just completely wreck face. No. Okay, I need some fucking actual ammo here. Oh, nice. Okay. Alright, you know what? I'll take it. Make my new rule. So, you'll see at the bottom is the invulnerability thing, and am I, like, frozen invulnerable right now? I appear to be frozen. Ah, nope, there it is. Okay, so the 50%... Alright, I didn't know that. The 50%, it's just not part of the gauge. I thought it would be. That explains why I would never notice it before. Lasers look a little punier, which isn't like a huge deal. Fuck. Just something I've noticed. Okay. Fuck. Creepers are still the S tier secondary. Like, there's literally nothing better than a handful of creepers. Fuck! Okay, yeah, so, like the pre-firing, where you just, like, vault around a corner and a guy's there like, hey, how's it going? And he's, like, already shooting you. You sort of saw it with the Gorgon there, the Super Gorgon, but they'll come around the corners at you. That may or may not happen here, we'll see. Fuck. See if I can crack 200 and start the part. Nice. I haven't really noticed the Gorgons doing much actual damage to other robots, which is a little annoying, but whatever. There's that driller. Fuck. Yeah, it's starting to become too many events. I don't know if it's my machine or if it's the patch itself just like not applied or something. I don't know, it's hard to tell. Yeah, enemy homing shit is just so hard to dodge in this game. Like you're basically locked into taking the damage unless you're this far away. And it's like, it's difficult to balance because it's like, well, you can do it to them. And it's like, yeah, that's the point. It's like, I'm supposed to be inherently a little bit better than these robots, you know? Shit. I gotta do some damage here. Okay, that's enough. Look at this! Look at this! I just had an event and then it's like triple super. Like that, it's just not fair after a while. Doing a little bit better than I thought. Yeah, that I already talked about it. It feels like you're taking a lot more damage than you are, which is just kind of like hard to mentally reconcile. Yeah, you'll notice I'm at more than 400 ammo right now. I think that is like super like hilariously overpowered. Like Crusher DX is already like the best weapon, and then to give you another 100 ammo on top of that, like much appreciated, but like. It's all I'm ever gonna use ever now. Not that it already wasn't, but I have very little reason to use anything else. So I think it'd be cool if you could select only a certain number of upgrades to start with. which immediately renders the 25 extra health useless. But maybe if the 25 extra was like a permanent thing where you could like boost your health over, you know, the recommended 200 to be like a max of 225, it'd be like not necessarily useless, but like just vaguely not useful enough to be like something anyone cares about. But it's like a tactical decision. So stuff like that. Yeah, I think that might be the way to do it. I think a lot of other horde modes, which is sort of what this is, do stuff like that. Okay, so I just spawned in? I get the sense that I was because I didn't hear a telegram. So that's like half my shield's gone. Okay. Fuck. This is a pretty sweet map. I like this a lot. It's very open. We'll see if it displaces Syrinx as my favorite. Okay, come on! Like, I'm less annoyed than I sound. It's just difficult to handle this many. There we go. See, that probably tanked my frame rate, and continues to do so because I just don't like having a lot of Novas in my inventory. Okay. Okay, I thought it was just the one super. Alright, I guess we're just gonna keep doing that. Cyclone X4. I think Cyclone had its sound change. It's a bit more spread fiery, which I don't know if that was in that sound thread on the forums. One other thing in the patch was a big lighting pass. Everything looks way better, like a little bit less sterile. Syrinx is a bit too colorful in my opinion, but this, like, the lighting here is just really impeccably done. Like, it's fun, it's easily identifiable, it's not too light, not too dark. Everything just looks really good. Fuck. Down there. I'm gonna work my way back to him. Yeah! Oh man, missile pods. Missile pods are so overpowered. Like, just on this map at least, and like long hallways elsewhere, they're just hilariously too good. Fuck. Give. Come on. What I need to look into, and I forget this is a feature, and that's why I'm going to look into it, is to figure out how to like assign crusher selection to the letter C. Is that, I think, oh yeah, there we go. Because that would get me out of a lot of jams and get me moving to like other weapons. Wait a minute, I have these. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you. Oh man. Alright, so a lot of Devastators completely wiped your performance, but that's fine. Yeah, fuck that. Damn, they're really... that's so good. I forget the record on this is. It's like 400 or some shit. Reflex L's. I don't use the reflex probably because it kept tanking my performance and shit like that. Also, I just don't think it does damage at all. Like, the robots just decide to die because it had enough of me. Alright, there we go. We'll see if I time that. Got it. Ah. This video is probably like 10,000 minutes long. Damn Mr. Rules, always use your fucking creepers. Oh boy, yeah. Go, go, go. One. Super tracker. Oh! I didn't realize I had the MX. Oh yeah, that's another thing I've noticed is a bug with the every missile, I think, or at least a lot of missiles. I can't replicate it on some of them because I forget the key thing as soon as I notice it. But if I'm boosting and then let go of boost while holding the missile fire button, it doubles the input, or triples it, I think, in some cases, depending on how long you've been doing it for. Oh boy. Fuck. Oh, yeah, that Titan pre-fired it. Ow, fuck. Like, just popped out of that upper area and then just totally wiped. Fuck. There we go. Like, I'm all for, like, you know, quick getting shots off, etc. Like, oh, I saw you like 2 seconds ago. You know, I'm just gonna take it to task. But I mean, if there's no delay, I've had instances. I think a lot of folks have had instances where they're at like low shields, they see something, and then it just like offs them without any chance to react. Like they'd have negative reaction frames. You know, they wouldn't be able to do anything to even move or react to stop their death, which is just like hilariously unfair. So I think that needs tweaks, and I'm really hesitant to like suggest AI tweaks, mostly because I don't know how AI works at all ever. Like I get the concept and probably some of the finer points, but like how they're coded, I don't want to be like change this and then like have it completely fuck everything up and create, you know, a week's worth of work. But whatever. Yeah, this driller's really doing some work. With the impulse getting its visual stuff turned down, I don't know if that's affected the hit profile. It probably hasn't, because that wouldn't make any sense at all. If anything, it should be like a little bit bigger. I think one of the reasons I'm so apt to be using the Crusher is that it does instant damage. It has a very wide hit profile, and it does a lot of damage at close range, which is honestly where you're going to be playing a lot in Overload. This is the longest of long-range maps we have on here. It used to be, I would say, probably cross-map Syrinx or through-map Centrifuge, if not like all of Hive. Fuck. If we ever get the super Gorgons or whatever, I am completely fucked. Fuck. Oh yeah, I got the super. God, it's just like 3 robots over and over. It's probably fine, but it feels so bad. Yeah, dump the creepers, fuck them. Oh shit. Too many Novas. Let me see here. I got one. Sucker. Alright, so we're doing well. We're doing well. Did the AI get fixed on solely this map? Because they're broken as shit on Syrinx. Like, I would have a hard time touching Syrinx regularly at 300. And here I am, like, just busting every fucking record I have in the book on Hotshot. Alright, so right there you probably saw it. I was able to launch, like, a bunch of creepers. Before I die here, let me see if I can't get it off. Yeah, there we go. See, you can like launch multiples, which is a really neat effect. And if it stays in, I can see it being like slide hopping Titanfall or some shit, you know, just like, all right, whatever, we'll give it to you. But if it doesn't, you know, I can understand. Ah! Fuck! I got wiped by the easiest fucking robot. That's fucked. Alright, we'll see. New personal best. That's a nice little message. Let's see the detailed stats. Killed by super goblin. I think that should read. Let's see what else. Robot related. Yeah. Alright, yeah, I had some trouble there. I don't remember any of this shit. Cool. Neat. That's pretty awesome. Here's a question. What's this? What are these numbers? Like, oh, maybe it's like records or something? I can't tell. I think this axis is mislabeled or something. Also, I had a lot more events than this. The graph is not honest with itself. Anyway, so that was good. Let's check the leaderboards. Number 2. Nice, nice. All right, I was 40 off from the top. I could probably push that and touch 400. Maybe I'll have to see if this fellow Carmichael has a thing up, and take a look at that, because I'd be interested to see his strategy. I don't think I've seen that name before, unless it's somebody on the forums. Anyway, all right, let's bump it up to Ace. Raptor, I'm probably not going to touch your score. We'll see if I can crack the top 10. Crusher, Driller, Thunderbolt. I'll take it. That's a good roll right off the bat. Thunderbolt, yeah, I wasn't even thinking. Thunderbolt trackers are just gonna utterly annihilate everything on here because you can punch through stuff. Yeah, all right, whatever. All right, Ace. Oh yeah, damn, that's the fucking strategy. No. I've been getting really good with, fuck. Getting fucked over by scorpions. Fuck. Right. Man. Damn, I have not run Ace in a long ass time. Aha! Alright, let's see if they fix these. Nope. It's not that they're broken, it's just this is how the Titan should behave. Like, just hilariously inaccurate, and their missiles do insane amounts of damage, and then take the Titan accuracy and put it on the wyverns, and then have the wyverns do, like, no damage, but do damage all the time, and then just get rid of any robot that shoots a driller, and you're set. It's perfect. It'll be the perfect game. This is probably very boring, and everybody is tuned out by now. So... trying to like keep it going so people are engaged. Not that anybody watches these in the first place, but I don't know. In case folks on the forums want to like have it out, or I don't know, the developers want to grace my page again. Let's see. Oh, you know what'd be cool? You know what'd be really cool that I'm surprised didn't make it into this is super ammo and super energy. Or even like super shields, like super resources. Because we have super missiles already, and they're a rare spawn. I think it'd be great to have super of the resources. Yeah, those are my words. All right. Nova XP is far superior to Nova Cluster, except on this map, I would say. On this map, if you get like Cluster Novas, I think I had them last game. They suck around corners, but if you're not fighting near corners, you're gonna pick up every kill on the level. God, this map is awesome. Like it's open, but it's not open. There's a lot of robots, but you can like get away. I think there needs to be like one opening in the middle here. Now that I'm thinking about it, which I guess is that one. There needs to be just a little bit more in terms of running away. But that might make it too easy and I might get like 500 kills, so who knows? Ow. Alright. Also, it appears that the AI just doesn't engage at a certain distance. I think I don't know, it's tough because like the player can engage at any distance in here. Fuck, just die already. But the robots, it feels like can't. And I do not want guardians sniping me across the map at all, under any circumstances. But it wouldn't be terrible to like have to dodge things from like 10 minutes ago. But that's just like a this map problem. Ah, fuck. Yeah, I'm probably fucked because of that. Crusher AF is so bad. Just in my personal experience. It's not like any of this is particularly like bad, you know, the game is unplayable except for like Flak. But I just don't like Crusher AF at all. There we go. Ah! Oh, jeez, I totally hate that. It's like, don't go to it. Of course. There's the triple supers. My fave. I'll push back to the shields. I'm not just... Okay, that was not correct. Fuck, 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 fuck! Later. Oh, you know what would be ass to face on this? Oh no. It's the one that actually shoots the missile pods. It's super Kraken. I'd be pretty cheesed if I had to fly versus those, because they just like dump damage on you with no chance for retribution. Not that they're like broken or anything. It's just like so hard to dodge because they're just dumping ammo at you. Like, okay, can we not? It's punishing. It's punishing in like a good gameplay way, but sometimes it is like, well, cancel this run. Ah! Cut it. Okay, yep, that's it. There it is, 77. Didn't even touch the top 10, that's fun. Yep, it's the Guardians. I didn't even see it, and it's like, bang. I don't know if that was a pre-fire, I could probably look at it, but damn, I got fucked over. Let me guess, top 15? Not even. Ah! Fuck, I am so bad at this game. Somebody doesn't have a name on here? I don't know if that's like a Steam thing or... I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, so that's it. That's my long, rambly thing where it took like 20 minutes for me to die in Hotshot, and then I make it 2 in Ace. I might do a quick commentary video on like Cyrink's Hotshot and try out the other levels a little more, just because I think Cyrink's Hotshot's like totally broken. Not totally broken, but it's like just not great right now with the event spawning. Maybe it's like a map by map basis. I don't know. But a Pipeline definitely has a shot to be my new fave. But Cyrink's always has a place in my heart. All right, cool. Thanks for watching, guys. Later.